Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're unpacking a topic that might honestly seem a little daunting at first. It can feel really intimidating to learn ballroom dance when you aren't surrounded by giant mirrors, sprung floors, and the buzzing atmosphere of a professional studio. But guess what? You don't need any of that to make real, undeniable progress right in your very own living room.
So, can you actually master ballroom dance without a studio? So many beginners fall into this trap of thinking progress is absolutely impossible without a grand, sweeping floor and a constant, experienced partner guiding every single step. They think, well, if I'm not in a studio, I'm kind of just messing around. Let's shatter that myth right now.
The answer is an absolute yes. And honestly, the secret recipe only has 3 ingredients: a consistent plan, deliberate technique practice, and measurable feedback. It's not about just endlessly and mindlessly repeating steps in your living room. It's about shifting your mindset toward what you can actually control. Deliberate, structured solo practice is where the real magic happens. And today we're going to show you exactly how to do it based on expert guidance. Okay, let's dive into this. Here's our step-by-step playbook for today. First, no studio? No problem. Second, setting up your foundation. Third, the weekly routine playbook. Fourth, solo technique and timing. And finally, creating your feedback loop. Section 2, setting up your foundation, space and goals. Before we even think about footwork, frame, or timing, we've got to ground ourselves in physical reality. Setting up a safe and effective practice space at home is literally your very first step to success. You don't need a massive ballroom, but you do need a purposeful environment that sets you up to win. You need clearance for a full step and controlled turns. You need a smooth floor, or hey, if you're on a softer surface like carpet, you absolutely must wear appropriate shoes or socks. Make sure the area is completely free of physical hazards. Nobody wants to trip over a coffee table while trying to do a waltz, right? You also need a designated visual spot on the wall to check your turn orientation. And finally, headphones or speaker for a steady tempo playlist. That's the whole shebang. This completely strips away any excuses about needing expensive professional equipment. Now, you might be wondering about goals. Notice the difference between a vague goal, like getting better at dancing, and a truly actionable goal, like keeping shoulders down and arms steady during the basic. When you're just starting out, you must pick just one dance style first, whether that's the waltz, tango, foxtrot, or quickstep. Please don't try to learn multiple styles all at once. By defining what good actually looks like with concrete, specific outcomes, you give your solo practice a clear, totally achievable target.
Moving on to Section 3, the weekly routine playbook, your practice blueprint. When you lack a real-time teacher to correct your form on the fly, you have to remember one golden rule. Consistency beats intensity, every time. You should aim for 3 to 5 sessions per week. This right here is the sweet spot. It allows your muscle memory to develop properly so you can actually spot steady, tangible improvements over time without burning out or getting overwhelmed. And for how long? Just 20 to 45 minutes. Each session should be a highly manageable block of time. If you're a total beginner, you definitely want to start on the shorter end of this range and just increase it gradually. Honestly, it is so much better to have 20 minutes of highly focused, intentional practice than an hour of sloppy, tired repetition. Let's move to and see how this builds. Every single practice session you do at home should follow this strict, non-negotiable 4-part structure. First, a warm-up. Second, a technique drill. Third, sequence work. And fourth, a review. Repeating this exact same core format is exactly how you measure your progress. Let's break down the exact actions required in these specific time blocks. Your warm-up is 5 to 8 minutes. This is gentle cardio like marching in place, ankle and hip mobility, and posture rehearsal. Get that blood flowing. Next, your drill is 10 to 15 minutes. Here, you practice your basics at a significantly reduced speed until your alignment is consistent. You're heavily focusing on weight placement and keeping your upper body perfectly stable. Then comes 10 to 20 minutes of sequence work. You take one short set of steps and repeat it, making sure you use the exact same entry and exit every single time. Finally, a 3 to 5 minute review. This is where you do a quick video or mirror check and pick just one correction to focus on for your next session. Follow this rigorously and you will see results. Section 4, solo technique and timing, mastering the frame. Okay, so we need to address the elephant in the room. Practicing a partner dance without a partner. Rather than seeing this as a disadvantage, let's reframe it. This is literally your ultimate advantage for mastering independent body control. Because ballroom is just as much about body control as it is about learning the steps. An absolutely crucial part of this is marking positions. What does that mean? It means holding your frame shape briefly while you step, then resetting so your body doesn't collapse when changing direction. By mastering this vital, intangible skill completely solo, you ensure that you know exactly how to train a neutral head position, a steady core engagement, and quiet shoulders, all on your own. The source material puts it perfectly. It says, if you practice solo, focus on the parts you can control: footwork patterns, turns, body mechanics, and posture. Let that empower you. You aren't missing out just because you're alone. You are running your very own, highly focused elite training camp. So, why do footwork, turns, body mechanics, and posture matter so much? Well, because mastering these solo elements means that when you do eventually get a partner, even if it's just occasionally, you don't have to think about your feet. You can purely prioritize adapting to a shared rhythm and learning how your body reacts to the lead and follow dynamic. It's a total game changer. Now let's transition to framing, which is often the biggest challenge for at-home dancers. Ask yourself right now, are your feet arriving late or early? You can't just guess the feel of the song. You really have to use counts and tempo. Start by learning exactly where each step lands in relation to the beat. First, try counting out loud while you step. Then, try dancing without counting out loud but keeping that strict internal beat ticking in your head. If you find you're consistently late or early, just lower the tempo and rebuild the rhythm from scratch.
Section 5. Creating your feedback loop, the mirror and camera. Without an instructor in the room, structured self-feedback is your ultimate secret to growth. Using a mirror, or honestly even better, recording 20 to 30-second video segments on your phone is exactly how you level up. Think of this as your personal diagnostic guide. Record yourself from the front, then from the side, and hunt for common, repeatable issues. Now, what's really interesting about these issues is what you'll find. Are your shoulders rising? Are you collapsing your posture on turns? Are your feet slipping or maybe landing unevenly? What about uneven spacing between your steps? This is exactly what you're looking for in the footage. Once you know what to look for, you use this self-checklist. Posture stable, foot lands cleanly on the count, head stays quiet. I highly encourage you to check these specific criteria during every single review session. Over a few weeks, you will see exactly which changes actually stick and which ones need a bit more work. This right here is how you turn invisible effort into highly visible progress. So here's my final question for you. Will you take control of your dance journey today? Structured, reflective practice at home isn't a compromise. It is an incredibly powerful tool. It creates steady basics, cleaner turns, and an unshakable confidence that you're going to carry with you, whether you eventually step onto a grand studio floor or just keep building your skills independently. So clear that space, turn on your favorite playlist, and get to work. Thanks for joining me on The Explainer. Keep learning and keep dancing.